What's up, YouTube? How has the new year been treating you guys? I hope you guys are all well. This is my first video for the year,
Are you serious?
and really, I've been keeping my head down, focusing on honing some new skills or improving on my present skills, and particularly focused in pen testing.
Stay focused.
I cut back on my job application so I could do this, and unfortunately, it also affected my ability to make videos for you guys. But I thought to myself that since I'm doing stuff that's also related to cybersecurity, why not share my journey with you?
Well, it's about time.
So today I'm going to look at a topic that I'm doing today, which is authentication attacks, and I'm focusing on brute force, which means basically guessing passwords. Now, when someone is testing an application, they want to test if the authentication has any kind of vulnerability, and brute force is one such vulnerability that you want to test. Authentication. What's authentication? It's basically presenting yourself and declaring that you're this person and then proving it. So one way is by using passwords and username, right? There's multi-factor authentication, which means that you're using more than one factor to prove your identity. A lot of times people may mix it with or confuse it with authorization, which means what you get to do once you have authenticated. Basically, what do you have permission to do when you are in the system? So now let's look at the example. I'm currently enrolled in TCM's course. I already completed the practical ethical hacking, but I am going back through because they continue to update the course, and this is one such update. So let's get into it.
Okay, let's go.
All right, so what we're looking at here is a lab, and it's for authentication. Now, what I like about this is that it has several labs here that you can go through and test your skills. And of course, Alex does a good job in explaining how you would go about doing these tests. So for this one, we are going to use Burp Suite, and we're also going to use the terminal or the command line for Kali Linux. So as you can see here, for the target account, you have Jeremy as a username. So let's work with Jeremy and the generic password as the password. And as you can see, your password was not accepted here. So we're going to go over to Burp Suite, turn our intercept on, and then we're going to try this again. So we can collect this request and look at it. Okay, so now we have the request here, and what we need to do from this is look at what we got here, and in some cases you will test the response depending on what you want to do. But in this instance, where we're going to do a brute force attack, we're going to send it to what is called an intruder here, and then we will do an automated brute force attack. So to do this, you can either hit Control and I to send all of this traffic here to the intruder, or you could right click and then hit send to intruder here. All right, so now that's already in the intruder. We go over here, and as you notice, everything is there. The whole thing is there. This is what was submitted, Jeremy, and the password equals password. All right, And as you notice, this is the URL for the target, which is localhost. And also we can now start the attack. All right, so let's get it, guys. So if we go to payloads here, this is where you load up the different word lists that you're going to throw at this application. So once I hit load here, and of course it already saved the path that I originally used. But let me see if I can go back. So you want to go to user, share, and from there you're looking for sec lists. Here it is, sec list. Click on sec list master and passwords, and here you have several lists here that contains multiple passwords. So let's go to this one in 10,000 and open. So that automatically loaded that payload there, and you also have the ability to add payloads if you want. Now, one of the things that I noticed about this course that is very realistic is that even though they might show you a particular method to do something, you do have to make sure you are diligent and make sure that you do the research, because sometimes the method that they use, there's an updated way. So you have to keep, doing your research, and things might not work on your side. So you have to find out how you can get it to work. So if troubleshooting and trial and error is not something for you, then pen testing would not be for you. This is something I particularly like. I like to test things, and I like
You like that. You like that, don't you?
to basically do the trial and error, and the gratification that I get from that, it's great, guys. All right, so let's go to positions here and make sure that we add this.
No, wait a minute.
Because without that, then the attack will not go through. All right, so once we've done that, we simply hit start attack. Okay, and we wait. So normally you'll get the length for each one of these, and that would indicate the difference in length would indicate if the password worked. Before we leave here, let's go back here. I'm going to need this. We're going to copy this. Let's copy this. Let's keep that over here. Now, the reason this is hanging is because it's being intercepted by Burp Suite. Alright, so if we go here, and as I told you guys, I already have the exercise done. So what I just copied, you would just create a document. So let's create a document here, mousepad, let's call it post.txt. Put in the password for Kali. I'm not even getting my password correct. All right, so what we do here is paste that there. And then we want to type fuzz here. Okay. So we want to save that, close that. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we have a syntax that we have to type in. I'm really looking for that syntax here so I could type it in correctly. All right, I think I found it here. Let's copy this. All right. So let's paste this here. So what are we looking at here? So this is basically telling us, let's go to the top. Oops. Let's go all the way to the top. So this command here is called fuzzing. So it's FFUF, W meaning the word list. So similar to what was in Burp Suite, you have a file path that takes you to the word list, sec list master, passwords, and then the specific word list here. And then now, because we saved that document, you have a request here. So all I need to do is to change the name of this one, because the name of the file that I've saved is post.txt x, and then post here, which is talking about the method. X is the method. Okay. And then D stands for data here, for the username and the password. And of course, the fuzz command. Now the last part of it is what URL are we fuzzing, which is U. So localhost lab, and of course the specific directory that we're fuzzing. And then we hit enter. And as you can see, guys, it's very quick. But what happened here is that we do not have what the password is. We'll have to go through this manually to see which one has a difference here. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is quickly go through the commands here to see what my last command was to get that. So that's one of the good things about Kali Linux. If you forget your command, you can always hit the up button and see what the command was. So I'm going through to see what that was again. It was so now that we have this, what we need to do is to try to filter out what the different size would be. And we notice here the common size here is 1814. So all I have to do is do the same command. I have to make some changes here because I noticed that this is spelled incorrectly here. and then I have to add another tag here, which would be FS, which stands for filter size, and I'm going to filter out 1814. And as you can see there, it filtered out this as the password, let me in. And I don't know if you saw it while you were on Burp Suite, but that was there on the list. And what we need to do now is to go back to the browser to try our password to see if it's going to work. But before that, let me turn off the intercept so it does not slow down the website. Alright, let's do a refresh here. And then we're going to use Jeremy. And let me in. And there you have it. You have been successfully logged in. So this shows you or demonstrates how someone could use brute force to get or to defeat the authentication if it is vulnerable.
No, that's not good news at all.
Now, I hope that you gained value from this, and I look forward to bringing more content. I'm definitely going to be showing you some more of what I'm working on, and also talk about other things, tech. So I look forward to covering some more videos with you guys, and thank you again for tuning in. I hope you didn't fall asleep.
You better not be.
So I will see you soon, and thank you for watching.